You're watching Football Daily and you know the drill by now. Today we'll be covering this week's biggest transfer rumours, but if you hear any yourself, remember to tweet them in. To do so, make sure you're following us on Twitter and tweet #TransferTalk to me at DoogieFFTD or the Football Daily account. Also, as ever, make sure you like and subscribe. We kick off this week's transfer talk with a potential crisis in West London, as on top of Antonio Conte's future remaining uncertain, Blues owner Roman Abramovich might have a major issue on his hands. The Russian, who has been in charge of Chelsea since June 2003, has had his visa delayed, with the government set to question the oligarch about how he acquired his wealth, which could get a little bit awkward. Not only that, but the club need a major overhaul this summer. Not only did they finish 30 points behind Man City and lose double the amount of league games as the previous campaign, but the futures of Courtois, Willian, Hazard and Morata seem uncertain. But finally some good news, as the Daily Telegraph have been reporting that Bayern Munich's 29-year-old striker Robert Lewandowski has emerged as their primary target. The Pole, who has scored over 40 goals for 3 consecutive seasons, would be an excellent acquisition, adding much needed experience and quality to a Chelsea attack which scored the fewest goals in the top 6. But with such uncertainty in the boardroom and the dugout, and without Champions League football next season, it seems unlikely they'll be able to get Bayern's 90 million man through the door. From Munich to Madrid now, and ESPN are suggesting that Real Madrid have entered the race to sign Bayer Leverkusen's 20-year-old Jamaican forward Leon Bailey. The winger, who is comfortable playing on the left or the right, has been a revelation this season with 9 goals and 6 assists in 27 Bundesliga games, helping Die Worksel finish 5th. Man City and Bayern Munich are also reported to be in the hunt for the rapid attacker and seem like favourites because ESPN claimed Los Blancos' interest is dependent on their ability to sell 28-year-old forward Gareth Bale. The Welshman has scored 19 times in 38 appearances this season, but only started 20 games in the league and 3 in the Champions League. And his £350,000 per week contract runs until 2022, making it difficult to see who would have both the money and desire to sign the Welshman and free up Madrid's approach for Bailey. Now we head over to Liverpool, whose search for a new goalkeeper has been well documented. Despite the improved form of Karius in the second half of 17-18, which helped Liverpool to a 4th place finish and a Champions League final, the club has repeatedly been linked with moves to Roma's Alisson and Atleti's Jan Oblak. But now the Daily Mirror are peddling that it is instead AC Milan shot-stopper Gianluigi Donnarumma who is interesting the Reds' hierarchy. Despite being just 19, the Milan Academy graduate has already made 125 appearances for the Rossoneri and been capped 5 times by Italy. Although the 17-18 season featured some uncharacteristic errors from Donnarumma, he is undoubtedly incredibly talented. And with the Rossoneri failing to qualify for the Champions League for the 5th consecutive season, the Mirror are reporting that Milan could be tempted by a £70 million bid.
Quick one, pause the screen. Are you subscribed to the channel? If not, you're an idiot. Click that red button down there, right now.
But who would AC Milan spend this money on, I hear you ask? Well, one of the main issues the 18-time Italian champions faced, despite signing 11 players last summer, was a lack of goals and quality backup in midfield. Andre Silva and Kalinic both struggled, leaving them overly reliant on 20-year-old striker Patrick Cutrone, who is their only player to enter double figures in Serie A. Meanwhile, their lack of depth in the middle of the park forced Gattuso to overplay his preferred trio of Kessié, Biglia and Bonaventura. To solve these issues, Calcio Mercato are reporting that Milan could make summer moves for Lazio's Ciro Immobile, Fiorentina midfielder Jordan Veretout, and United's Marouane Fellaini. Immobile is hardly a long-term option at 28, but having scored 41 goals in 47 games this season, he would arrive at the San Siro full of confidence, hoping to become the first AC Milan striker to hit 20 Serie A goals since Zlatan Ibrahimovic in 2011-12. We head to Spain now, and with Andres Iniesta ending a 22-year association with Barcelona this week, it's clear that Lionel Messi will assume even more control of the club. And it seems that this even extends to recommending transfers, with Diario Gol reporting that the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, who has scored over 550 goals for the club, has said that the hierarchy must sign 22-year-old Real Sociedad defender Alvaro Odriozola after being impressed with his performances in their 1-0 win against them last weekend. The right-back has been a revelation since breaking into the Sociedad starting lineup last season and has averaged an 89% pass completion over his 31 La Liga appearances this campaign, suggesting that he should be able to fit in with the Blaugrana's possession-based style. Despite already having Sergio Roberto and Nelson Semedo in their ranks, the signing of Odriozola would allow Roberto to challenge for his preferred position of central midfield and provide them with a pacey, composed right-back for years to come. After months of speculation about the impending transfer of Atletico Madrid superstar Antoine Griezmann to Barcelona, rumours are now circulating that in fact he intends to stay. As reported by Marca this week, Diego Godin went to the south stand of the Wanda Metropolitano after their 2-2 draw against Eibar on Sunday and told fans that Griezmann was staying. See, it turns out Griezmann had told the club of his turnaround hours before kickoff, but the club wanted to keep it under wraps so as not to overshadow Fernando Torres' final game for his boyhood club. Diego Simeone made clear that whilst he wanted his talisman to stay, the club wouldn't stand in his way, after the striker scored 25 goals for the 4th consecutive season, and whose brace last Wednesday secured the club's Europa League triumph in Lyon. Visibly upset by being heckled and whistled by a minority of fans on Sunday, the 27-year-old will be treated like a hero if he rejects the advances of Barcelona to enter his 5th season in Madrid. Some breaking news now. Arsenal have appointed ex-PSG boss Unai Emery as their new manager. This came after it was widely reported that ex-Man City assistant and Arsenal captain Mikel Arteta was set to take over. The 46-year-old Spaniard was available after leaving PSG, where he won 1 Ligue 1 title and 4 domestic cups in his 2 years in charge. Prior to that, he led Sevilla to 3 consecutive Europa League triumphs between 2014 and 2016. Reaction to Emery's appointment on social media has been incredibly mixed, with many believing that his lack of fluency in English, obsession with video analysis, and questionable away record might not constitute a good fit at the Emirates. What is clear though is that Arsenal have now moved on from 22 years of an Arsene Wenger monopoly to a more continental football structure, with Chief Executive Gazidis, Head of Football Relations Sonelli, and Head of Recruitment Mislintat taking on an increasing role in the day-to-day running of the football club. So, with a defined structure in place, Arsenal will be better prepared to react to Emery's performance over the coming years without a major upheaval. But we want to hear from you. What do you think about this appointment? Smart move or settling for second best? Let us know in the comments below.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of the video. Your reward, the face of the poshest man in Football Daily. For more great content, why don't you click in this box here, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.